Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It is June 28th, I think. Getting close to the July 4th holiday. Um, I was talking to Alan today, and uh, we were talking about seasonality. You guys have heard end of May go away. School lets out, people go on vacation, volume drops, stocks tend to drop. Um, And Ellen mentioned after the July 4th holiday, people come back, the market starts to come back, and we may see a lift um, after that July 4th holiday. That is until college starts, which is mid-August, end of August. Um, so that may damper things as well. Not as severely as selling may go away, but it is something noticeable. It is a seasonality thing. Uh, Today was an incredible day for the 5 Minute app. Um, Here it is, and actually I still need to look into running this on a PC. Someone had asked. Um, you know, most of the stocks were down today, and they were, I'm going to say, beautifully down. If you look at Google, and let me draw a line here, um, shortly after this broke, and it took a little bit, took the first half hour for it to break, but as soon as it broke, it never looked back. It just continued on its downward spiral. I saw the same thing with SPY. How do I zoom in? Yeah, and the cool thing about the app is that you don't need to watch a particular stock. You don't need to try to monitor a half a dozen stocks. You basically just wait for a trigger and then go with it. Now, with that said, say you're specifically focused on the SPY here, you could let the app tell you to go short here, and it would tell you, and you'd have a beautiful trade the rest of the day. Or you could sit here and watch the first 5 minute candles form, make a new high, and then never even test that high again and go short here. And if you do that, put your stop above this green line. But like I said, what the app allows you to do is to be able to wait for a trigger on multiple stocks. And that's what it did today. We saw the SPY trigger, and these are central times, so 10:25. Google triggered a little bit earlier at 10:05. Again, that first half hour where we didn't know what to do, and then we just dropped. And I think, Alan, you mentioned you were surprised at how much of a drop it was.
Yeah, actually, I was. I thought we were riding a little bit of a rally there.
Yeah,
Oversold. Yeah.
kind of surprising.
Mm.
Second thing I have is the earnings app, which I'm going to put a new version out here that has the sort in it. Ellen and I were looking at Earnings Whisper. And I've actually also kind of tweaked the app to make it a little bit more efficient. I'm going to let you guys play with this for 2 weeks. I hope that you use it. If not to place trades, just to monitor and say, well, had this triggered, I would have done this kind of thing, and get a feel for it. It's going to be in production soon, and it's going to be a subscription. So I'd seriously advise you guys to take advantage of this app while you can. And I thought that we saw, was that a different day? Wednesday the 29th, PPBY. Oh, you know what? Those are before the market. So Wednesday before the market. Oh, that's tomorrow morning. I wonder what converts after. Nothing really. Thursday, what's Thursday? Walgreens Boots. But again, that's before Micron. That might be one to look at. Thursday after the bell, Micron reports. I wonder if we still have those chip shortages. So let's see here. And
Yeah, that's what I would have said.
and I need to apologize, guys, because I was at the eye doctor, so my eyes are a little bit. So it's hard for me to see the screen. So is that Bed Bath and Beyond, BBBY? 4 times the puts. But notice these, the last 5 minutes, 4 times the call. And notice now they're in an order, and it's actually scrollable as well. So we have the weeklies calls, last 5 minutes of the weeklies brought in puts. That's tomorrow morning. I was going to say, let's see how they're doing. And then the last 30 minutes on the monthlies, puts and then calls. That's kind of interesting. GIS, which was Kearney Mills. Help me on that one, Alan.
I'm thinking, I mean, theoretically, it should run like Kellogg's, which it should go up, but
General Mills.
the puts are definitely are there.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you got last 10 minutes, 2x calls. So to me, it looks like the only trade that's a really good trade is MKC and Paycheck.
Yeah, all the MKC puts here, paychecks here. So we saw that with Jeff to this morning. Jeffries was a financial stock, shorted or basically fell after hours, and then hit the bell and basically traded up. I started watching those puts. I think they opened even. Not really sure where they were at the end of the day for Jeff. 220, 70. So, and like I mentioned in my video last night, those were monthlies. So even though the direction at the open was wrong, they didn't take as much of a hit as they would have had they been weeklies. But I guess a long story short, look for this earnings app. Use it while you can. Provide feedback if you'd like. And take advantage of this free period while you can. Because it will be eventually a subscription, which I believe is well worth it. There's a wealth of knowledge in these option chains that we're starting to dig into. So, Alan, I know you posted about Google today. And this was a trade. But you say you got in late, you got in 11-ish?
Yeah.
And I need to fix Alan's phone because Alan's phone's not sending alerts like it should. Because honestly, the 5-minute app should have triggered right here, which was 10:30-ish, and 25. So would have bought an extra half an hour or that little bit of a drop. So yeah, I don't think I have much else.
Let me talk going into the end of this week. Remember, we're going into the last trading day of the month, which should be on Thursday. So if I go ahead and take my stock market almanac, so some of this is just rating and stuff that I've learned. So the last day of June, bearish, 80% down. So the thing is that it's usually down 6 of the last 7. Now, so you want to keep that in mind. I mean, the sell-off we had today might have been just a sell-off going into the last day of the month. But then on Friday, I was talking to them at the bank, and they expect such a rush on Friday going into the 4th of July that they actually doubled their amount of employees that are working at the bank. So it says right here, first trading day in July, up 18 of 21. So, I mean, this is what happens. So, and usually coming back from July 4th, it's good. It's a good time to buy. So you probably had a small retracement. Usually a 50% retracement is pretty common. So we were up 800 points the day before. We did a 50% retracement. We'll probably go up another couple hundred tomorrow, I'm thinking. But, you know, this is why we use the 5-minute app. The reason we came up with the app, if you follow the app, follow the rules of the app, keep to the app, that literally is impossible to lose. Today, you had no calls triggered on the Google calls. And the thing is all you had was Google puts. It dropped $65 today. How could you not make any money? So the key thing is that you want to go ahead and get yourself some rules. Earnings app. How I did it when I made all the money 4 or 5 years ago, and I used to go ahead and send my trades to hundreds of people, is that I went ahead and looked at the end of the day at the volumes. So because what it is that they try to fool you. They'll go ahead and make it look like it's going to go up and the money's there. But then the thing is they'll push it downward. The key thing is that the reason we're working on this app, last 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, because as long as you have a clear signal that it's going down, and as long as those last 3-minute intervals are down, it's a 90% trade. If you want to trade earning, it's a 90% trade. So that's what I would recommend in terms of put together some rules, watch it, paper trade, and then you know, don't keep anything overnight.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's also Fed news tomorrow, or there's some sort of. I think I overheard someone say something's being announced tomorrow, but I'll have to check on that. So yeah, interesting times. I think everybody's looking forward to the 4th, another holiday. Basically get away. So yeah, hopefully you guys are still using the 5-minute app. If you're not, definitely sign up for it. It's an impressive tool and another tool in your toolbox to use to basically guide your trading. You know, when Alan and I were talking earlier, you know, he was talking about the stock market floor and trading based on algorithms, which are devoid of any emotion. You know, it's just, is it at this level, buy? Is it at this level, sell? Or is it at this time, sell? There's no thought process into it. It's just a yes or no binary trigger. And that's what the app provides. It's just based on those levels. It's not saying, well, today's supposed to be a down day, maybe you shouldn't go into calls. If it's triggered, it's triggered. So use that app.
So I just know from firsthand knowledge, when I was on the New York Stock Exchange floor, when I was with the traders at JP Morgan Chase in the trading room, watching them trade, nobody trades. Nobody trades. nobody trades. They put the algorithms into a computer. The computer does all the trading. And so the thing is that this is how it's done. Because the thing is that we get too emotional. And so what it is that, you know, they use algorithms, but their algorithms is that if they sense buying into a stock, then they go ahead and buy. Well, the 5-minute app does the same thing, but it gives you a clear definition of when to get in, get out. So I know you'll enjoy it. I know you'll do good with it. You just have to go ahead and figure out the rules on how it's played, and then follow those rules.
Yeah, definitely. My dog says hi. So yeah. So it turns out I'm the only one in the home. So yeah, dog is lonely. So well, I hope you guys have a good night, good rest of the week. Take it easy, and if anything, if you need anything, feel free to reach out. So
All right, sounds good, Brian.
bye everyone.